think the SAD, seasonal affective disorder, is really starting to kick in. Happy New Year, everybody, by the way. I hope you had a lovely New Year's. Welcome back to the channel. Or welcome if you're new. Yeah, I hate January. I hate it. I'm sorry if you have a birthday in January. I'm sorry if you love January, but I hate it. I hate it. And every single time when this time of the year rolls around, I hate it. And it's just so depressing, and it's so dark, and it's so cold and miserable. This is not usually how I would start a video. I'm just kind of documenting my feelings. Yeah, I hate the winter time. I hate the UK during like January, February. It's just cold. It's horrible. But anyway, I broke my book ban. I haven't done a haul on this channel for, gosh, months and months, since like May or June. Like, I think it was June. No, I think it was June. Yeah, it's been a while. I have some books to show you. I just thought I've got some PR books up there which I can show you as well. Let me go and get those as well. Yeah, so I've just got the few books which I got in PR a couple of months ago now, which I haven't shown you, and then my big bag books here. My husband and I did a little bookshop date day, which was cute. It was actually our anniversary. So, well, we have obviously our wedding anniversary, but we have like our boyfriend and girlfriend anniversary, which we still celebrate. So yeah, it would have been 11 years last week, which is crazy. Honestly, I can't believe that I've been with someone for that long. But yeah, we had like a little bookshop, like little Waterstones day, which was cute. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you what I got and what I got him and what he got me. So first of all, we have V.E. Schwab, my first V. Schwab, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've heard so many things about this book. Also, whilst I was in the bookshop, this really lovely girl, woman, started like spoke to me. She said, "Oh, this is a really good book," and I was like, "Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice." Bam, added it to my pile of books to buy. This has been on my TBR for a while. I actually saw Auntie Angela. If you don't follow her, you need to run and follow her. She's just got engaged as well, so congratulations. Yeah, so she was talking about this book last year, obviously now because we're in 2025, and I'm not really a big fantasy girl, but I think I can definitely get on board with this one. So this says France 1714, a desperate woman makes a desperate deal in the dark, a bargain to live forever but be remembered by none. So begins the invisible life of Addie LaRue, shadow muse to artists throughout history, forgotten friend, confidant and lover, slipping away with the morning light. Addie passes through lives, desperate only to leave a trace of herself, until the day she walks back into a small bookshop in Manhattan and meets Henry, who remembers her. After 300 years, Addie's life is restarting, but the devil never plays fair. As Henry and Addie's lives start to intertwine, they must face the consequences of the decisions they made and the prices to be paid. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is a dazzling adventure across centuries and continents, across history and art, about a young woman learning how far she will go to leave her mark on the world. See, that blurb is not really calling me in and pulling me in, but the way Angela described this book, I mean, it just sounds like a historical fantasy book, but it didn't sound like that when she described it. So I definitely am excited to read this. This year, I definitely want to come a little bit more out of my comfort zone and read things which I'm not used to. Like, you know, I love me some contemporary fiction, modern fiction, lit fic, but this year I definitely want to be branching out into more historical fiction, fantasy. You know, I love sci-fi, but definitely to read more sci-fi. So yeah. Also, my bookshelves arrived and I actually put these up on New Year's Eve. So it's arrived. Just call me DIY Nickelle. We're doing flat pack today. Even got the DIY fit on, if you can see. Right, I hate doing this stuff, but someone's got to do it. So yeah, just gonna crack on and do it. So just a disclaimer, I am not, repeat not, a DIY person. I hate hanging stuff up, well, except for like picture frames, I can do that, but just shelves, anything building, I'm sorry. I know I am definitely very, very much a feminist, but I pass that ish on to my partner and he does all that stuff. But since we have moved into this house and it does need a bit of work, I am definitely wanting to do more in terms of DIY. I need to learn, and this is a good little point to show where my abilities lie. And this is good to look back on and to see, you know, I may have struggled building a Billy bookcase, but hopefully this time next year, I'll be able to smash it out in 5 minutes. And I won't be absolutely ruining the drill head or the drill bit or whatever it's called. But anyway. Oh. God's sake. As you can see, I was not getting on building this, and I had to bring in the reinforcements. But in the end, it was finished. Anyways, back to the video. Pending office makeover. I don't know. It's probably going to take a while. The wallpaper needs to be stripped. I need to rip up the carpet. I'm thinking of having the floorboards, because the original floorboards are all the original floorboards are all over the house. We've got them in our living room, and then sorry, not in our living room, in our bedroom, and I just love them. And I think I'm probably going to have them in here, but I probably will paint them. But anyway, I'm digressing. But yes, so I wanted to obviously fill up these shelves because they're very empty at the minute. So yeah, this will go on the pile. Next up, we've got My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Atesha Moshfegh. Can't remember which video I said, but I have literally tried to read this book so many times. Not read it, listen to it. But the audiobook just always sends me to sleep. So I was like, right, I'm getting the physical copy because it definitely seems like a book that I want to physically read rather than listen to. And it just sounds like a bit of me. So from what I've read and remember, this is about a young girl who's living in Manhattan. She's like super rich, and she just decides to take a year off, like doing anything. And I think it's one of those books where it's kind of what's the word, not psychotic, what's the word, like very like hallucinating, like kind of weird, kind of you know, kind of lucid. And it's also set in the 2000s as well. So yeah, I can't wait to actually give this a read. From what I listened to, definitely like the sound of it so far. So it seems really good, and it definitely seems like a book where I have to read it. So yeah, excited to read this one. So this is a completely new one to me. So this is I believe this seems like a bit of a sci-fi book, I think. Yes, this is Girl Crush by Florence Given. And this literally, I was just, you know, as Waterstones have the tables of books, this just called my name, and I was like, right, I'm having you're coming home with me. So it was kind of like the blurb, and I just thought to give this a go. So this says, meet Eartha, it's 2030. So this ain't long, by the way. 5 years. So this better not be too weird, because this is only 5 years away. So meet Eartha, it's 2030, and she has just started her life afresh as an openly bisexual woman, whilst also becoming a viral sensation on Wonderland, a social media app which most of the human race is plugged into. Sounds kind of normal so far. But Eartha's new existence begins to spiral dangerously out of control as her online and offline selves grow further and further apart, until she is forced to make a choice. Which version of herself should she kill off? Can one Eartha stay alive without the other? Dun dun dun. You know what? I'm kind of reading that and it might actually not be that good. But whatever. Waterstones, can we please not put stickers on the front of the books? It's really, really annoying. But yeah, this is signed. So signed copy by the author. I really liked this quote from the Times. It's Carrie Bradshaw's columns in Sex and the City on steroids. So, I am a Sex and the City stan. So yeah, that was the comment which kind of pulled me in. So I've got some expectations, okay? It's been read by quite a few people. Oh, Daisy Buchanan as well. Girl Crush is funny, filthy, and a furious exploration of sexuality, identity, and the expectations on us all. It's a rare combination, a page turner with a message. So, yeah, definitely gonna be on my TBR for this year, hopefully. Even though I'm kind of looking at my TBR now and I'm like, jeez. There's a lot there to get through. Right, the next book is Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I think that's how you pronounce the name. This has been on my TBR for such a long time. I've always wanted to read this. This is basically follows two people, both come from Nigeria, and they both go to America. And I think their lives are very different. So it says Ifemelu and Obeneze are young and in love when they depart military-ruled Nigeria. In America, Ifemelu suffers defeats and triumphs, finds and loses relationships, all the while feeling the weight of something she never thought of back home: race. Meanwhile, Obeneze plunges into a dangerous, undocumented life in London. 15 years later, when they reunite in a newly democratic Nigeria and reignite their passion for each other and for their homeland, they face the hardest decision of their lives. Fearless, gripping, and spanning 3 continents and numerous lives, the National Book Critics Circle award-winning Americana is a literary masterpiece and one of the defining books of the decade. So, yeah. Bam! This is just gonna be brilliant. I just know it. I cannot wait to read this. What did I say? Did I say they both moved to America? That was a lie. Bring in Maury. So one of them moves to America and one of them is in London, and then obviously 15 years later they reunite in Nigeria. So that's going to be very exciting. Definitely gonna like to see what they do here about, obviously exploring race, because obviously in Nigeria, it's predominantly black, so that's going to be so interesting to see the character realise that, racial things are an issue in other countries and how they deal with that. That was definitely something I really found not odd, but like when I went to, because I've been very fortunate. My background is Jamaican and I've been there 3 times. Very fortunate to visit there 3 times. Not recently. I went 5 years ago. Took my husband because he obviously never been before. We both loved it. He absolutely loved it, and we're hopefully going to go back soon. And for me, obviously, I went as a child, so you're a child, you're not really thinking, like, your comprehension levels are just, But when I went back as an adult, it was just nice to be like, oh, I'm not a black woman here, I'm just a woman. Do you know what I mean? And I guess this is probably, kind of like this character here, as soon as they are pushed into different spaces and they realise, their race is a problem to some people, that's going to be very interesting, those conversations to read. So yeah, definitely looking forward to reading this one. Okay, this is what I bought my husband. I'll briefly go over this. I'm sure he won't mind me sharing this. So he was on and ahhing about whether to get this book or not, and I was like, oh, I'll treat you, it's our anniversary, I'll buy this for you. Trapped in History, Kenya, Mau Mau and Me, apologies if I'm saying that wrong, by Nicholas Rankin. So he did my husband is a big, he loves history and things like that, so he did explain this to me, but I wasn't really listening. I can read the blurb in case anyone is really interested. So it says, a twist of fate meant Nicholas Rankin spent his childhood in colonial Kenya, a white boy growing up in black Africa as British rule was ending. Decades later, he began to question the past. Trapped in History is a search for nuanced truth behind the propaganda, a post-colonial story with a close-up view of the terror and pity of empire. So that does sound really interesting, actually. But yeah, this is definitely up his street. He loves history, and yeah, I think he'll have a whale of a time reading this. Oh yes, so we have Red Rising by P.S Brown. Probably thinking, hang on a minute, you've already got this book. So my husband was perusing my shelves because he was looking for his next book to read, and he was like, I want to read Red Rising. And I was like, oh, we should do like a little buddy read book club thing and we can read it together. And I was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to buy me a copy because we both need to read it. So yeah, he bought this for me, but I mean, they're both of our books. So yeah, so we're going to be reading Red Rising together. He's already ahead of me at the minute. I haven't started it yet, hence why I wanted to film this video, put my books away and then start this. So I'm going to start this tonight. I've heard this is highly rated, highly commendable. So many people have said how great this is. I think it's been compared to like Hunger Games, things like that. I first came across Red Rising from Michelle Reads and Vlogs, who I'm missing so much. And Michelle, if you are watching, I hope you're doing okay, and yeah, sending you lots and lots of love. But yes, I found Red Rising, the series, through her videos, and she said how amazing it is. And she did say that it is a little bit slow at the beginning, but just kind of stick with it. But I mean, so many 5-star reviews, so it must be a really good book. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this. So if you don't know what it's about, it's like a very dystopian sci-fi book about someone that it's it's basically, I think they're based in Mars, and I think it's kind of like the Hunger Games, like the districts, and like how they're very poor, and then you've got the capital who are like these super wealthy, disgusting, rich, powerful people. And I think this is kind of similar to that. So it says, Darrow is a hell diver, a pioneer of Mars, born to slave beneath the earth so that one day future generations might live above it. He is a red, humankind's lowest caste, but he has something the golds, the ruthless ruling class, will never understand. He has a wife he worships, a family who give him strength. He has love, and when they take that from him, all that remains is revenge. I am very much looking forward to reading this. If you've read this, please let me know what you think. No spoilers, please, of course. Font's looking a little small, but I'm hoping it's a bit of me, and I'm ready to get involved because there's 6 books in this series, and if we both love it, then yeah, hopefully we can smash out 6 books this year. Who knows? Definitely gonna kick off the year with this one. Oh, and next book I got, so I actually got this from HMV's, like one of their music shops. So this has been on my TBR for ages. So this is The Rejects by Jamie Collins, and I got this for £7, which is an absolute bargain because it used to be 25 quid. I remember adding this to my TBR when it came out, but I just didn't want to pay £25 for a book, if I'm honest with you. So this is really interesting. So this is a non-fiction book, and from what I remember, it's basically about all the rejects of like bands and what's happened to them and how they felt like being, you know, not making it or being kicked out of the band. I can just read the blurb here. So it says, imagine you've made it. You and your friends have hit the big time in music and you're going to be a star. But then quite suddenly, it's over. Your best friends don't want you anymore and you're on the outside. Perhaps they're tired of your bad habits. They think you're not good enough, or they sense you just don't want it as much as they do. Whatever the cause, you're a reject. So what do you do next? Featuring a player rejected by both Nirvana and Soundgarden, who became a decorated special forces soldier, a Britpopper who spiraled into addiction before finding his true calling as a novelist, the terrifying story of Guns N' Roses' first drummer, super rejecting band leaders, self-destroying rappers, troubled hard rock bassists, and girl band burnouts. The Rejects takes an intimate, thoughtful look at people who've been kicked out of bands, what they experienced, and what came afterwards. Coming from a writer with 20 years music industry experience, The Rejects is a sympathetic study of some of music's most fascinating characters and what happens when the dream comes crashing to an end. The result is a compelling alternative history of popular music. I can't wait to read this one. You know what? They really need to do one for pop music. I would love to read that. I would love to know, I mean, I might be able to do some Googling, but I would love to know like the Rejects from Destiny's Child, what's happened to them, what are they doing with their lives. Bands like who remembers like O-Town? Like, what's that song they did? Is it Liquid Dreams? That sounds disgusting. What are they doing? Or just people who didn't make it, and like, you know, imagine if you like auditioned for something like Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or even One Direction or whatever, like well, I know there's no rejects from One Direction, but do you know what I mean? Just in general, like what is what are these people doing? Like, and also just the people in general who've been in these bands and then they've been really famous and then they've been kicked out. What are they doing now for work? How does that feel to be completely on top and, you know, earning all this money and being allowed access to everywhere and just literally being literally on top of the world, and then now you're working in finance, like in an office? Nothing wrong with that, but it's just the juxtaposition of that is crazy, and just what that does to your brain and your mind must just be so maddening. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one, and I'm glad I picked it up for a bargain, £7. Last but not least, you know, I've been banging on about this book now for a while. My husband got me this when we were just about to leave Waterstones after doing the damage, and I was like, oh my gosh, this book, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to read this book for so long. I've been trying to find this book on World of Books, and it's always really expensive, so it's just best to buy it brand new. So he did buy me Empire of Pain by Patrick Radden Keefe, and I have been wanting to read this book so bad. I obviously spoken about Demon Copperhead and that book about, you know, opioid crisis. I literally have just finished a book called Fruit of the Dead, which I don't know when you'll see my reading wrap up. It'll probably be after this. I literally just finished that book, which was really good, and that kind of does briefly, you know, well, it's about a CEO of a pharmaceutical company with a island, and he employs an 18-year-old nanny who his son is at a camp with, and like a summer camp with, and he's a Fortune 500 pharmaceutical CEO, so you know where I'm going with this. So yeah, very good book. So yeah, I definitely want to read Empire of Pain. I've heard so many things about it. Oh my god, the font's so small. This is probably going to take me a while to get through, but yeah, I'm really interested to read about this, you know, investigation about, is it about Oxycontin, is it? So yeah, god, the amount of reviews this has had, so I know for a certain this is going to be a really good book. This is going to be mind-blowing. I think this is going to be eye-opening, but I just think it's incredibly important. You know, painkillers and opioids and stuff, it's just I don't even want to get into it, but just like, you know, the whole healthcare and medical system is just mad, and it's I don't even want to get into the politics of it all, but very excited to read this one. Then just quickly, I've got a few books here in PR. So I've got Dive into the Deep End, another new one by Ali Hazelwood. I think this is going to be coming out next month, February 2025. Here's the little press release, so let's read that. I've only read one Ali Hazelwood book. I do have another one. What's it called? Where is it? My vision's terrible. I've got my lenses in, but I think I need to get the prescription changed because I literally can't see a damn thing. Where is the book? There, I can see it. Not in Love. So I have that one. This is published on the 4th of Feb. It says Scarlett Vandermeer is swimming upstream, a junior at Stanford and a student athlete who specialises in platform diving. Scarlett prefers to keep her head down, concentrating on getting into med school and on recovering from the injury that almost ended her career. She has no time for relationships, at least that's what she tells herself. Oh yes, this author Ali Hazelwood specialises, her USP is women in STEM, so that's great. Swim captain, world champion, all-round aquatics golden boy, Lucas Blomqvist thrives on discipline. It's how he wins gold medals and breaks records. Complete focus with every stroke. On the surface, Lucas and Scarlett have nothing in common until a well-guarded secret slips out and everything changes. So they start an arrangement, and as the pressure leading to the Olympics heats up, so does... Oh my god. Is this an Olympic romance? Oh my god. Right, no lie. I was watching the Olympics. I was glued to it last year. And I was thinking in my mind, and I swear I might have said to my husband, I was like, oh my god, I would so read a book about an Olympic romance. Because I was thinking, where all the athletes stay, in France, in Paris, they were staying in some place, don't they? And I was like, I bet some hookups go on in there. I bet some parties going on in there. Obviously, when they're not training and they've done their events for the year. And this might be it. Oh my god, right, okay. So they start an arrangement, and as the pressure leading to the Olympics heats up, so does their relationship. It was supposed to just be a temporary, mutually satisfying fling, but when staying away from Lucas becomes impossible, Scarlett realises that her heart might be treading into dangerous water. Oh my god, I'm gonna be reading this! Right, so it says, gets wet. Sports romance, fling, slow burn, golden boy, secrets, opposites attract. So, oh my god. I've never read a sports romance before. I know there's them hockey ones, which I do not think I'll be reading. I'm telling you, like, someone, if there is like an Olympics like romance, and unless this is it, if there is one, please send it my way, because I would love to read it. So yeah, this is Ali Hazelwood. So yeah, thank you so much. I think it's, yeah, Little Brown, for sending me this proof. So thank you. And then we have 2 more proofs. We've got Jojo Moyes, We All Live Here, and that comes out the 11th of February as well. So welcome to the Kennedy household. There's Lila, who wrote a book bestseller about keeping your marriage alive. Now divorced, she watches her ex play happy families with another woman. So this is Family Saga, brilliant. There's Bill, her stepdad, who moved in after Lila's mum died. Oh gosh. He's kind, old-fashioned, and loves lentils just a little bit too much. So we've got Celie, Lila's eldest, hates school. Hates it so much she stopped going. Her mother's fine with that because she doesn't know yet. Oh dear, so we've got a bit of a problem child. Violet is 9 and sings age-inappropriate rap songs, laughs at fart jokes, and Lila dearly hopes she'll never ever change. Lastly, there's Truant, the dog. He's just taken a bite out of the American actor who suddenly landed on the Kennedy's doorstep. This is Gene, Lila's estranged father, and no one's idea of a role model. He walked out on Lila and her mum years ago, and wherever he goes, domestic discord follows. But Gene's presence changes things in unexpected ways. Soon the girls discover a kindred spirit in a man always chasing life's joys. Bill even loosens up, and Lila finds herself astonishingly dating. Something is happening to the Kennedy household, but what is it? And will it break or save their family? So this seems nice. I mean, might be quite dramatic, but I think this will be a really nice, maybe palette cleanser. I do like Jojo Moyes, actually. It's a nice, easy book. You know what you're going to get from her, and it still is, you know, quite thought-provoking, but they're very like nice books to read. So yeah, definitely can't wait to get into that one, but I'm definitely going to be getting into this one. I tell you now, I've been looking for a good romance for a while. So last but not least, we have another proof. So we've got Lisa Sandlin, Sweet Vidalia. Sweet Vidalia? Yes. So this, I remember they emailed me this and I was like, yes, I absolutely want to read this. So this comes out on the 16th of January. So probably when you're watching this. So this life-affirming novel explores marriage, community, and the power of dignity for a 57-year-old woman forced to rebuild her life unexpectedly and alone in 1960s Texas. Perfect for readers of Elizabeth Strout and Ann Tyler. Never heard of those authors, but anyways, as Eliza sits at her husband's funeral, still stunned by the suddenness of his death, she discovers a lie that turns her life upside down. Almost overwhelmed, Eliza can't see a way forward at first. How should she come to terms with all that has been a lie? But Eliza has a core of resourceful steel that does not let her down. Signing up to business classes so she can make a living, she moves into a hotel, the Sweet Vidalia, filled with people facing their own challenges. As she gathers new friends and new possibilities open up before her, Eliza finds it isn't so simple to leave the past behind. So this is giving me, I mean, it just said motel, so it's giving me, what's it called? Oh my god, what's the with thingy with Dan Levy in it? Oh, my brain today. Sorry, it's been such a long day. Oh my, Schitt's Creek. That's it, Schitt's Creek. So yeah, in a motel sort of thing. So yeah, I thought this was interesting. So I definitely want to get around to reading this soon, hopefully. So yeah, this sounds great. I mean, I have so many PR books that I've been gifted and I haven't read them yet because I just keep buying new books and I'm just reading the new books that I'm buying, but never mind. Anyways, that is my delicious little haul to cheer me up on this wet, dark, dire, cold, abysmal January. I hope your January is a little bit better than mine. I'm just joking, by the way. I'm being dramatic, but kind of not. I mean, January is very tough for a lot of people. You know, it's coming off the back of Christmas. And to be honest, Christmas was just... ugh, anyway, I'm getting to, right, let's chat. I'm getting to that point where even my mum was over Christmas last year and she loves it, but I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, do I even want to do Christmas anymore? I sometimes find it so forced, especially when you're going through stuff. You don't really want to be jolly. So yeah, I think this Christmas I am really gonna think about maybe booking a holiday. I just need a holiday anyway. It's been over 5 years now since I've left this country. I think I really need to try and get away this year. Hopefully, God's willing, if I'm able to. I just really need a bit of a break, to be honest with you. I need a bit of a break and just a bit of happiness and joy. And obviously I'm very overjoyed to be living in this beautiful home and everything, but obviously that comes with its own stress, you know. But yeah, like I just need a little bit of a break and just a bit of a pick me up. But yeah, hopefully I can get some sun, because I just haven't seen much sun in years. And yeah, so yeah, anyways, on a lighter note, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the kind comments that you left on my last video, explaining where I've been. And you know, I do get really overwhelmed. I think that's something new I'm coming to terms with since I've had long COVID. I really didn't used to get overwhelmed. I would thrive on being busy. And I think for me now, with having a chronic illness, it's like having so many full-time jobs, and I think that's just like being an adult in general. I don't know if I'm being sensitive, I don't know, but I'm just trying to balance and just trying to balance things, I guess. So yeah, sometimes, you know, YouTube can feel like a full-time job sometimes. So yeah, I just kind of want to, you know, just upload when I can. And yeah, if I don't respond to your message or comment, just know that I have read it. I haven't had the time to respond, but just know that I am eternally grateful for anyone that even returns, because yeah, it just baffles me that you sit and watch me talk about books. Yeah, there's so many other amazing book creators out there. I might actually do a video about people that I watch, and just non-book YouTubers that I watch as well, because there is obviously a lot, but there's so many other amazing people that talk about books and in so much depth, and they talk so eloquently, and so like they really thoroughly explain the book with so much detail, but not giving away too much. And I wish I could be like that, but I just can't. So I at this channel, you won't see too much depth in me talking about the book, because just the capacity's not there for me. You know, my ability to concentrate was just killed off by COVID and long COVID. To be honest, it's just not really come back. But I'm just rolling with it. But yeah, if you want like simple definitions, simple terms of how I felt about the book and explain the book, or just me reading the blurb, then this is the channel for you. But if you want someone who goes into a lot more depth, and you know, they really do some great literary analysis, this is not the channel for you. Yeah, I don't know why I'm going off on a tangent like that, but I don't know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yes, I will see you in the next one.